Good morning. Today is Friday. It's almost the weekend. It's 5:30 in the morning, and in today's vlog I'm going to walk you through how I study and do all the academic things related to medical school. So if that is something that interests you, keep on watching.
The first part of studying is getting acquainted with the information. There are two main ways I do this. First is prepping for CBL appropriately, and second is going to lecture. CBL stands for Case-Based Learning. It occurs 2 times a week in the morning and is a small group session where we go over the diagnosis and management of a patient case. The patient case integrates major concepts we are learning about during the week. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of CBL, as it can be very time-consuming and I'm not convinced how high-yield that information we're learning is. But I do try to use it as an opportunity to learn the information. So when prepping for CBL, I like to use sources such as UpToDate, Osmosis, primary literature, as well as Toronto Notes.
So the current time is 7:20. I'm going to get ready for school because I need to be there at 8 a.m. for CBL. Alrighty, let's roll. Hello, so as you can see, I'm back home and I have the afternoon off. Yay! I'm so happy it's Friday. Oh, it's so nice just to have control over your own schedule and you don't have to go to class and you can do what you want, even though the checklist still remains in the background. Anyways, I'm gonna make some lunch and then hopefully I will have the motivation to study rather than crawl into bed. Also, side note, check out my socks. Okay, so clearly I do not have the self-control to stay out of bed and do work this afternoon. So I am leaving the house and I'm going to Starbucks so that I actually get some work done. Yeah.
After learning the information, the next part is synthesizing it together. I amalgamate information from lectures and readings, and I try to create notes that are concise and outline the following headings: pathophysiology, epidemiology, presentation, investigations, and management. This is a really good framework for whatever disease you're learning about, and I think it will be very helpful for third year when I'm on the wards and seeing these diseases in person. I like to pull information from multiple sources, including but not limited to lectures. I find reading from other textbooks or online resources can help provide more context and make connections that weren't obvious or apparent just from lecture. Things that I like to use is Toronto Notes, and also sometimes lecturers recommend textbooks. I think checking out these textbooks is always worth it, especially if the textbook was used for the bulk of the lecture information.
So it is now 12 o'clock. I've been studying since 9, so I've gotten in a 3-hour solid study block. But now I'm going to head out for a run with a friend just to get some exercise, break up the day, and then I will be back for more studying. Alrighty, I finished my run, and as you can see, it is a lovely day out. And now I am heading to Starbucks to study with a friend.
The third and final part of studying is memorizing and checking your knowledge. For memorization, I like to use things like Anki, Excel, and Quizlet. I think there are tons of tutorials out there on Anki, so I really don't think I need to saturate the Anki tutorials. You can find a good one on YouTube. But honestly, the modality you use to quiz yourself really does not matter. What matters is that you retain the information. A lot of med students talk about Anki, and it's great because it uses spaced repetition, which is an evidence-based way to memorize things, but there is definitely a learning curve to using Anki, so if you're cramming or you have an exam soon, it might not be the best modality. However, I would recommend using digital flashcards in general over paper flashcards, especially in med school. One, because it's faster. Two, because there is a lot of content, so lugging around a stack of flashcards is kind of cumbersome. And third, if it's digitized, you can review it on your phone while you're waiting in line for things, going to the bathroom, at the grocery store, etc. For quizzing myself and checking my knowledge, I like to use multiple choice questions because that is how we are examined at my medical school. I use multiple choice questions from textbooks such as case files, and I also like to practice quizzing my friends. Another great technique to check your knowledge is try to explain a concept to a friend or an imaginary friend without looking at your notes. This is known as the Fineman Technique. It's basically taking something complex and explaining it in layman's terms. And verbalizing and explaining things out loud is a great way to see where you're weak in your knowledge.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching that video. That is a vlog that is very realistic on how I get the work done. It's not that glamorous or fancy, but if you found anything useful in that, please give this video a thumbs up and comment your favorite way to study it down below because I'm always looking to learn new techniques. And also don't forget to take breaks. I love to go running, get some exercise, have dinner with friends, recharge, because studying and endurance for studying is really hard to maintain 100% of the time, and it can lead to burnout. So I just want to say I'm very encouraging of people taking regular breaks. Anyways, that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!